Okay, guys, welcome to the Launchbox No Intro Installation and Basic Guide. Basically, I'm just going to show you how to do some basic installation and talk to you about the file structure. Okay, first things first, I've got my D drive here with a downloads folder, and this is going to be where I download all the releases from CodePipe. Okay, so this is the very first pack that you should have been downloaded. This is called the Launchbox No Intro. It's pretty big, from 001 to 040, and just make sure you've got everything. And it's going to be about 171 gig. Okay, first thing you need to do is download and install 7-zip. If you don't know how to do that, just go to like Google here, do a search for 7-zip download, and it's just going to be this first page right here where you go download. Go ahead and download the correct version for your computer. I have the 64-bit, so I'm going to be downloading this version right here. I've already installed that, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that again. Okay. Next thing you want to do is go back to your download folder, right click on the very first file, select 7-zip, and go ahead and select extract here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is going to take a long time, so I've already extracted it, but if you can see here, I'm going to go and cancel that. You'll see that it'll create a folder called Launchbox No Intro. In there you have a few folders. I didn't let it complete, but you'll have the emulator folder, the Launchbox folder, and a couple other folders. Okay. Anyway, once that's done, you want to take this folder and go ahead and drag it to the root directory of your D drive, just like how I'm doing here. I'm not going to do that because I've already done that. Let me go ahead and clean this up and delete that. Okay. If you've done that successfully, you're going to have a folder here called Launchbox No Intro. Inside there, I'll go through all these folders and what they mean. If you see a file that says readme or installation instruction, go ahead and double click on that and read that. This tells you it's just brought to you by CodePipe. So go ahead and send him some love on his Discord channel. I'll go ahead and link that in the description below. Okay. The next thing is, let's go through each of these folders. The first folder you're going to see is the emulators folder. Go ahead and double click on that. Let me go and open this so you can see where I am. Here's the emulations folder. Inside here, this is where all the new emulator that they need are going to be installed. Okay. This is your Launchbox folder right here. This is the Launchbox installation. You have big box here, you've got Launchbox here, and then a couple of folders of interest in here would be the games folder. So inside here, this is where you're going to keep all your ROMs. That's going to be automatically done. You'll have some images folder. This is where all the artwork will be provided. It's going to be listed in the platform itself. And then you also have a platform folder here. Inside there, another set of images, and this is for the platform view. Okay, let's go back out. You'll have a videos folder. Again, this is very similar to the image folder. This is where all your videos are going to be played in big box. Okay, let's go back out here. The next folder is the rocket launcher. This is everything that is going to be done in Launchbox is going to be launched through Rocket Launcher. Inside here, there's a few things you want to take note of. The first thing is this Rocket Launcher UI. Now, it's going to be, you're going to need to open up this program a lot to maybe do some troubleshooting or, you know, some setting stuff. So make sure you know where that is. Inside here, you're going to have a, no, let's go back. I'm sorry. Inside the main rocket launch folder, you can have a folder called settings. And then one thing to take note of here is inside settings, you'll have this file here called global emulators.ini. Of course, I can't see the ini file right now. So what I usually do here is go up to View, go to Options, View, and let me go ahead and zoom in here so you can see what I'm doing. So in here, I like to do this high extension for known file type. I like to have it unhigh. Click Apply and OK. And if you look at this global emulator now, you'll see that. Let me see. So you'll see like the .ini now. So it's an easy way to recognize the file type versus depending on the icon. Okay. Okay. So again. Now, this folder here is going to contain basically the definitions of all your emulator that we're going to need. Okay, so just make a note of that. Okay, so at this point right here, you okay. Oh, one more folder. Sorry. Right here, you have a tools folder. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but the one that you probably be the most interested in is this prep tools right here, and then the Visual Studio and DirectX runtime. If you already don't have .NET, DirectX, or the Visual Studio stuff, go ahead and go to each one of these folders and just go and double click on the executable. When you run them, if you already have installed, it's not gonna do it. It might error out, but that's okay. Just make sure you run the see this one I already have installed, so prompt me to uninstall or repair. If I see this prompt, I usually just hit cancel. I don't want to really do anything else. But just go through and do that because you'll need for each one of these folders, you'll need that to make the system work properly. Alright. So another thing is once you've run all these Visual Studio and DirectX runtime, go back to the root of the D drive. You're going to see a bunch of these extra files. Okay, so these files are not necessary. I'll just go ahead and go and delete them. Just because I like my drives a little bit cleaner. You can leave them; it doesn't really do any harm. But I'm always in the root directory of the drive, so I want to be able to find my stuff quicker. So go ahead and hit delete on the keyboard. And I don't need that one either. That's something else. All right, very good. This is just something I added extra so that I've got this really cool icon on the D drive. All right, guys. So now to get things started, you're gonna go into your Launchbox folder. You're gonna double click on your Launchbox program right here. Now you can see I've already installed, ran it once, and it actually updated me to 8.2. So if this is the first time you ran it, you're probably going to get the 7.1 version, and it might or might not just update you. But if it does prompt you to update, go ahead and do 8.2. It doesn't hurt anything. And go ahead and you can go ahead and click Do Not Show This Again, and then click Close. All right, so let me just show you a few things we can do here. So this is the main Launchbox folder. Right here on the left side, you'll have a list of all your systems that are installed. Just scroll down. Right now, I've got it on the Game Boy, and then over here, you've got all the artwork for it. Okay. So if you wanted to change the artwork type, just go up to Image here. Change it to clear logo. I believe most of the artwork for that. Nope, this one's not. 3D boxes, just whatever you wanna use for that. So let's go ahead and launch a game real fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and launch, let's say 007 on the Game Boy Advance. So to do that, just double click on it.
Loading.
just a note here, this screen is called the loading
complete.
screen. Okay, so once you get into a system, hopefully it'll run. It'll come up here. If you want to, so this is your main play screen here where I'm circling with my mouse. And then on the outside here is called the bezel. There's a couple of systems that have different bezels. So if you want to switch between the two, just hit delete on your keyboard. So I just did that. And you notice now I have a different bezel. And they just cycle. So you hit delete again. And cycle back. Okay. The system itself is configured for an Xbox 360 controller, I believe. So let's go ahead and I just hit escape on the keyboard, and that's the main way to exit an emulator. Okay, so once this exit, you get back to this screen. And I think that's basically it for now. Next time we'll go through a couple of systems. Actually, let me get into a gameplay right here real fast. Let's go to Nintendo. No, Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo right here. And let's go ahead and run ActRiser. Double click on that.
Loading. Loading complete.
So you can see it loaded and everything's working okay. Okay, so go ahead and hit escape on my keyboard right now. Okay, just another note here. Let's go back into the system right here. Let's go to emulator. Okay. The other thing I want to share with you is the RetroArt emulator. Okay, so you want to get familiar with this interface right here. Go ahead and run RetroArt. And the first thing you probably want to do is go up to video. Go down to start in full screen. Go ahead and enable that. Okay. And you'll also you want to make sure that the aspect ratio right here is set to core provided. And then window scale here, some people had problem with the menu being too big in RetroArt. So go ahead and switch back that down to 1.0x. Once you're done with that, hit escape. And you should be set. Alright guys, so I'm signing off for now. Start making some more videos with the how to install additional packs and stuff, okay? Alright, talk to you later. Bye bye.